I feel like you are more excited to do this.
Yeah, well, last week was the first week. And so I actually had kids. Like, I was very nervous. Like, it was like the beginning of the school year when you first had one new group of kids and you're like, now what? And even though it was like, I've been teaching for 12 years, it's always the same. Like, the first day of school, it's the same. It's like when you're a new teacher, you're like, oh, new kids, now what? But I've seen, like, I danced around Julian. Maybe animating yourself. Yes. And, they really seemed to respond well. And that made me feel good because I was really nervous. I was nervous that their behavior would be bad. Like, not that they would be bad, but that, their behavior would be off because I was a new teacher. And these are the students that have special needs. And that, like I said, they're at the low grade level. So I was worried about behaviors and classroom management. And I was also worried about attention, like that they're going to be able to pay attention, or they're going to be able to focus on what I was saying. Because my other group, they were the kids that are ahead of the game, and so it was like that dream class where I'd walk in and they're all like, where are we going? This is exactly ready to go. And
almost less pressure.
Yeah,
with that class.
With that upper, and they were like that ideal class where everybody wants to learn and everybody's parents are supportive and everybody, is ready to go and they want to read. And, the other class, it's not that they don't want to read, they're just not at that developmental level where they are excited about it yet. So I have to make them excited, whereas the other class is already excited. It's just a little subtle differences like that make things a little different. I noticed that it takes a little longer. They need more wait time when I ask them a question, and then it may take 3 or 4 kids before someone answers it correctly, whereas with the other group it was like instantaneous and would move on. So finding that I'm not getting everything done that I had planned, and I worry about that a little bit, like how am I going to fit it all in so that each kid gets what they need, and I have to change things up. But after this week, I started to realize that behavior wasn't really an issue. There were some like daydreaming or attention, but I just switched my seats around so that they were all facing front. Before I had my desks in a U shape, which worked well for the other group for discussion or whatever. But for this group, they need to be facing front and have fewer distractions where they can see each other. And they need to all be able to easily see the board, or they don't look that way on their end. So I fixed that, and I'm kind of excited. I've seen some improvement or some changes already, and I'm just really looking forward to seeing what they can do. So it is kind of exciting when I tried to think of it more positive instead of just like, I didn't want to change, and I was so happy with what I was doing, and this is going to be terrible.
Do you think the positive outlook, or looking for the positive in things, has changed since the last time we spoke?
Probably a little bit. I've been making a more conscious effort
to be mindful of, this is where I am here right now, I can't worry about what's not in my control.
Right. Actually, I found a bracelet that was in my mom's jewelry box that had that serenity program. And it says that, what you just said about
it was interesting. It sounds like it's something with
serenity to what I can
control.
Yeah.
And the urge to accept it.
Yes. And it means a lot because my mom used to say that, and she had that poem in her house. But then when I found that bracelet, I'd been going through things, of course, and I was very sad. And just finding that made me realize, like, I can't change that she's gone. I can only change how I react to it. And I know that if she is so aware, or if her soul or her whatever spirit is here, that she doesn't want me to be sad, and she never did. It's not like I love her more by being sad. That doesn't make any sense, and she wouldn't want that. And so sometimes I try to think about that. And so anyway, finding that bracelet was kind of like the catalyst for that. And I can't change my principal stitch which group I work with. All that I can do is look at it in the most positive way and do the best I can and show that I'm resilient and that I'm able to do it and I'm up for the challenge. It's a way to not only help the kids to, help them grow, but it's also a way for me to grow professionally and for me to show my administration that I'm willing to take on new tasks and, I'm not going to be a brat about it. And subordinate, I guess. But also, it's weird how I kind of try to tie things in with my mom, but that's true too with her passing, that I just have to move forward from here. Right after she passed, I had 5 days off work, and then I went back, and I didn't want to go back because I felt like I was diminishing her importance in my life by being like, okay, well, see you, Mom, it's been 5 days, it's time for me to get back to my life now. And it was hard to let my life back in. I just wanted the one thing that you couldn't have. I wanted to be sad. I felt like I was honoring her by being sad, by missing her and by crying and, like this is how much you meant to me and now you're gone. But, I know in my heart, the more time that goes on, the more I know that she wants me to be a good mom and she wants me to be happy and she wants me to move forward. And if she is here, then she'll still be here. When it's my time, she'll be there waiting for me. And she wouldn't want me to waste this time being sad or melancholy or negative.
That's understandable. I can see her.
Well, actually, before she passed, I would hear her say my name sometimes. It was weird. It would be just her voice, and she'd say it just like that. And sometimes it would wake me up, and I'd call her then. And now sometimes when I hear it, it's only happened once or twice since she's been gone, but I can't call her now. It's a little bit of a sting, but...
Have you, I know that you've been willing towards your spirituality and have found some solace in that. Have you been using any other supports?
For example,
we've spoken about your distance from your husband for not being there as much as she thought that he really should be. Just wanted to work immediately.
I feel sad, but I guess I feel a little more understanding of his point of view. He's been supportive, but he doesn't know what to say. He's never had a loss like that. For example, a friend of mine, from ours actually, lost her mom 3 years, almost to the day now. 2 days it'll be 3 years. And she, when her mom passed, I felt great sympathy, empathy for her, but I didn't understand it. I thought, oh, that must be terrible. I noticed when my mom passed, people would either say, I'm so sorry, I can't imagine what you're going through, or they would say, I'm so sorry, I know exactly what you're going through. And that's the difference between someone who's lost their mother and someone who hasn't. And when she lost her mom, I felt awful and I wanted to wish there was something I could do, and I said all the things that people say, and she's everybody please, and she'd want me to be happy and all that stuff, but it just, sometimes you just need somebody to hold you and cry. There's nothing that they can do to make it better, and no words can make it better.